And that's going to bring us to our final product of the day. This one is just a really cool product. It came in the mail and it was heavy. I was like, what is this? What are
Right.
we doing here? It
Very
is
heavy.
so nicely made. This is the Kabin Spice Mill. And I showed this to my wife. I'm like, wow, this is actually like really, really cool. We love doing like garlic and different spices and all kinds of fun stuff in here. And you just twist away. This is a really, really cool product. It's something that, if you're into fresh herbs, fresh spices, things like that, this is a must have in the kitchen. I can't believe the price of this, for how well it is
Oh
made.
my,
$20 with your Grommet discount. I thought this was like a $60 item. Like when I just from feeling it, how well it's made, all the little details that they went through, and like having like all the little like different measuring size. I was like, man, this is probably a $59.99 item. It's $25 full price, $20 with your Grommet discount. I'm a huge fan of Kabin and this product this week. It is doing really well. They're in second place this week with their launch week here on Grommet, 126 upvotes and counting. Marcy, tell us a little bit about this and who needs to have this Kabin Spice Mill in their kitchen.
well, on the price, I have to say I was guessing it was going to be a $49. So I can't believe it's 20. And if if you're anything like me, I am the biggest and I talk about it all the time, so you guys probably already know this. I'm the biggest cast iron junkie. I have more cast iron than I know what to do with. I just love it. There is something just quality and authentic and real about cast iron, and just like cowboyish to me, I think, if that's a word. So when I saw this, when I felt how heavy it was, I thought, what is that? And then I pulled it out and I went, I believe that is cast iron. And sure enough, it is made out of cast iron, just like the pans and everything else. So that's why it's so heavy. It is that amazing quality. I'm going to show you inside. What's great about this is just very in a nutshell, what it does is it grinds your spices. It also is a measuring spoon. So once your spices are ground, you've got that built-in measuring spoon right there, which gives you a tablespoon and a teaspoon. And then you can also store your spices inside of here. So it's that nesting design. And when people use it in different ways, but I keep the kosher salt. I use a lot of kosher salt, and so I keep the salt in here at home and just have it right next to the stove, because I love the way it looks. I think it's amazing. So I do keep it out and I use it for that. But other people that I have seen have used this actually to even roast garlic. So there's a lot of different things you can do with it. Initially, I'm thinking it's just for spices, just to grind spices, which I think is amazing if that's all it did. But then as I start to learn more about it and I start to use my imagination a little bit, I can imagine doing herbs. I can imagine crushing nuts with it. I should have brought some rock salt, because crushing salt is a great use for that. And I think we have a couple girls in the chat who I know well who love salt. If Jules and Stacy are still in here, this is perfect for you. And it's just so high quality, so beautifully made. The lid is an acacia wood, and it's got a silicone ring that gives it that airtight seal. And then, of course, it is the cast iron. You're going to treat it just like cast iron. So meaning that you should season it. It comes fully seasoned, but every once in a while you want to season it again. But because you're putting spices in it, you want to make sure to wipe it out really good, or the spices are going to stick to it. But when you use it, oh my gosh, the first time I used it, I did coriander seed. And it's as simple as you're just pouring the seeds inside. Then you're putting the second layer inside, and you're doing it. Actually, I'm going to hold it up on my hand, but typically it would be on the countertop. You put the spices in there, you put that in there, put the lid on, or not, I guess you don't need the lid, and you're just grinding it like this, back and forth, and that's it. My gosh, the smell that comes from doing it fresh ground in this way, instead of doing it like in an electric grinder or something like that, is so wonderful. The aroma is insane. And there's so many reasons to grind your own spices instead of buying them in the jars where they're already ground for you. Yes, it's easier, I'm not going to lie. But as soon as they package those ground spices, who knows how long they're sitting on the store shelf? First of all, they start to degrade. immediately when they touch the air. And so they last about a year. Whereas if you're buying them whole, like this is whole cloves, I've got the coriander there, they're going to last a lot longer. And then when you use the spices, after grinding them, the flavor profile is so much stronger and so much more enhanced than if you're using, already ground spices. So it's just a better way to go all the way around. It's also healthier because in the ground spices in the store, they're putting additives. If you're getting any sort of mixed spice, there's a ton of salt in there. So doing it yourself is not only kind of cool and fun, but there are a lot of benefits to it as well. So let me show you exactly how it works. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but let's just grind some cloves. So I'm going to just pour them in like this. Oh God, that smells so good. I probably just put too many, but who cares? Okay. And then actually I'm going to pour some out because that's going to make it difficult. Okay. And so typically I would put it down on the counter, but I'm just going to try to push myself. And so you're just doing this back and forth. And oh my gosh, the scent is insane. It smells so good. And there you go. And it's going to be hard to see because it's dark, but it just that easily just back and forth. And one of the things I appreciate about it when I did the coriander, I felt this way is you're also kind of getting a custom grind where you can do it as fine or as coarse as you want to do it. And I love that. And so at first, when I did the coriander, it was very coarse. And I thought, oh, I want to do a few more twists to make it a little finer. So whatever your preference is, you can sort of customize your spices. And we have Monica says she already ordered one, and Candy Fitzpatrick is saying she's a big fan of grinding peppercorn. Looks like it'll work for that. Definitely. I tried it on peppercorn as well, and it's perfect for that. I mean, that is just kind of the go-to, I'm sure. But also think of things like chili peppers and like I said, herbs, anything garlic, just crushing garlic with it would be amazing. So they just have the perfect sort of texture to do that with on the bottom of this and in the base here. You can't see it because I've got my ground cloves in there now, but I love this and I love the company. They are out of Toronto and it's called Kabin Tools, Kabin with a K, and they make all kinds of different sort of kind of outdoorsy rustic tools, things like fireplace, items for the fireplace and things like that. So you can check out their other items as well. But I'm such a fan of this. What a great hostess gift. What a great, I read some reviews of campers that love taking these camping. And I think that's so cool because it's so portable. It's so, small. It is a little heavy, but it's small. So for campers and things, I think it's great. Just so well done. And I'm shocked at the price. It's so high quality. I mean, just the lid alone is so high quality that this should be a $50 item, no problem, but $20. Yeah. So
$20. Love it. Real quick, just a couple things. It's 1.5 pounds. So that's how much it weighs, which you feel it. It's not like overly heavy, but like it feels good. And you can also put it in the oven, right? Cast iron pans are oven safe. It says it perfectly fits a head of garlic to put it in the oven. So you cook with it. Love it.